All right, so in this part of the lesson, we're going to go over steps 1 and 2, the setup and lesson topics. Step 1, the layout. So the setup. Now, you already do this for planning and your Raise Up unit guides. You're already making a plan for each unit that you do. Same concept here. This time though, I want you to look at your calendars and you're going to go roughly put them on there, sticky notes, pencil. I like sticky notes with pencils because then I can move it around. So there's an example of a large calendar that I use for myself as to what I want to teach and when I want to teach it. I need to know what topics within that unit I'm going to be covering. So for example, in math, we do extending whole numbers in 5th grade at that very first unit. But within that first unit, I have a couple of topics that I actually cover and I go over. So within those topics, I'm going to lay them out. I've been teaching 5th grade a couple years now, and I'm very familiar with even the upper grades. So I kind of know what needs to be taught and how I would want to teach it. And doing that, I'm going to put it on my little post-it notes, and I'm going to put it down where I want to teach it and what days I want to cover that. Very important here. Also, don't forget as you're laying it out to include assessments and review days. Why? Because assessments are very important. It lets us know what's going on, and you should always have a review day after your assessment. Why? Because honestly, it's no good just to take a test and see, oh my gosh, I got a 70. I don't know how to fix it. If you have a review day and you look back over a test and you learn how to do error analysis, you can actually learn from that. That's a whole other lesson. And so I won't go into that right now, but I wanted to make sure that you're aware of making sure you plan to put that in there. So in your unit though, within your unit, as you're doing the videos, there are going to be some pieces with the accountability. So you're going to get constant feedback to help the students before that assessment piece even happens. And so what happens if your unit is the entire 6 weeks? Well, then you're going to want to put an extra little assessment, like a little checkpoint assessment somewhere in there. So that way your students know, hey, this is where I'm at and where I'm going to. So step 2, your lesson topics. Like I said, each of your units should have some kind of lesson topic. I want you to think about what you teach and how you would teach that concept organically. How would you go into the classroom and teach it? Okay? Your topics of your units are usually going to become the lesson you teach. That is going to end up becoming the videos that you are creating. 5 to 10 minutes tops, guys. Think about it. We zone out if there's anything beyond that. We do. Kids are going to do the same thing. It's not the same as being in a live session where you're talking and the kids are driving that discussion. When the teacher is talking, kids zone out. I zone out sometimes when the whoever's talking. I try to put myself back in. Oh, wait, what are they doing again? So we've got to learn to condense those lessons or condense whatever it is into smaller chunk. Also remember, students' age is going to be a huge difference. Ideally between 5 to 10 minutes. The younger they are, the shorter time that you need to do on the lesson and then allow the students. So think about your workshop model and how long the teacher is supposed to talk. And so we need to condense those lessons down. So what did we discuss in this little lesson? We talked about steps 1 and 2, the setup and lesson topics. Up next, we're going to talk about steps 3, which is the video and accountability that goes with it. So right now, I want to take a minute and I want to answer any questions you have on setup and lesson topics.